Hello everybody, welcome to RV FPV. How corny is that? But hey, I'm in an RV and I'm doing FPV-ish type stuff. So let's go with it. So speaking of my RV, I live in it, and I live on 8 acres of land, very flyable. Lots of trees, gaps, cool things. But I was thinking to myself, what could I do to utilize this land a little better? Get myself ready for the upcoming racing season. You know, nothing hardcore. I like to go through the gates. I like to get with people, get my butt kicked a little bit. But, you know, maybe I can get out here and practice and do my thing a little easier for next season. So I started thinking to myself, how can I utilize this land a little better? And then I obviously thought, well, I need some gates. Problem is, I don't want to spend, you know, $40–50 on a gate. So I came across this 3D print file on Thingiverse, and it's basically a hinge for any kind of PVC that you can imagine. Really, there's lots of different files: 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, full inch. And I thought this was a good starting point. I do have a 3D printer, so it makes it a little easier, obviously, to print stuff like this and keep the cost down. But the point is here, I'm trying to make a gate that's cheap. And when I say cheap, I'm talking $5 a gate. And do I want to bring these gates to multi-GP events and expect them to use them? No, absolutely not. I want cheap racing gates that I can set up easily, tear down easily, and be on my way. So I started off going to the hardware store and buying 3 20-foot by 1/2 inch PVC pipes. I had them cut them all into quarters, so now I have a bunch of these 5-foot PVC pipes, and the goal is to obviously make it 5x5, which is multi-GP specs, at a fraction of the cost. So basically what I have so far is the PVC pipe, hinges, which I actually still have a couple printing here, taking quite a while, but that's alright, I think they'll be worth it, and colored duct tape. I just bought a bunch of different colors, kind of see which one works the best, most visible, this and that, and hey, be colorful out there, why not? So I've made one actually, and it's my mock-up one. There's a couple things that I'm going to do differently on this one as I'm making this video. But I'll show it to you so far, what I got here. And it's basically just like I said. There is some tape, some PVC, and this is really harder than I thought, and some hinges. And it looks to me like it could be a gate that I could do some practice on. So what I'm going to do here now is just show you kind of how I did this. Very simple stuff. I'd imagine that you could actually just look at the gates there and put something together for yourself. But as it stands, these gates are approximately, you know, with the filament I'm including, $4 to $5 a piece, considering that the PVC was $3 for 20 feet, the tape was $1 from the Dollar Tree, and the filament, you know, maybe 25 cents, 50 cents for each one of these prints, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one of these together, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is that I'm doing and how easy it is. I think that first one took, with a little trial and error, you know, probably 20 minutes or so to put together. One thing I don't have are stakes, and I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do to get some cheap stakes to stake it into the ground, obviously. But I'm thinking Amazon, they have some tent stakes, $6 for like 10 of them or something. That might be an option. But for now, I'm going to kind of get ready, and then I'll get back to you guys with this video, and we'll get started on some $5 practice gates for FPV racing. Alright everybody, I am back. I've got my phone posted up on a chair so that hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. No professional at this. I think I've made like 2 videos throughout my FPV expedition here, but you know, I actually looked on the internet and I found a couple of videos for some cheap gates, but they didn't seem like they would last, or that they would stand up to any kind of beating or whatsoever. And I think these ones will. They're PVC pipe is strong, duct tape is obviously strong, and if it does rip, you have a roll with you and you patch it up and call it good. And they weren't very travel friendly, so these are nice and compact, easy to set up, easy to take apart. So got my duct tape here. Bear with me here. One thing about living in a travel trailer is there's not much room, but I definitely make it work. So what I'm gonna do is basically, first off, I'm gonna make a couple of extensions off of this PVC pipe to give it a foundation kind of for sticking to the PVC pipe, and then making a line of tape. So the extensions for the hinges here, I've measured it, and they give about 3 extra inches of space here. So it kind of works out that this duct tape is about 3 inches. So there's no need to cut any of this. It's 5x5. And with this 3 inches adding to it and this 3 inches subtracting to it, it's pretty much a standard 5x5 gate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rip off about 7 or 8 inches of tape. Start us off nice and easy here. And this is Dollar Tree tape, so let's bear with me as I kind of work through it. And I'm just going to make some nice extensions. Doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. And we'll stick this on here just to give me an idea of where I want this tape. And yeah, I'm going to just do about 4 of these. This tape is already ripped right down the middle. That's alright. Not looking for anything too fancy. I also found some tarp at the Dollar Tree. So if you'd rather use tarp, there's tarp there that would definitely be usable. Another little extension. Just kind of folding it over if it's too long either way, no big deal. So there's the second one. Make sure you guys are seeing all of this, any of this. Another 7 or 8 inches of tape here. And if you want to do more of these little tape extensions, obviously it would probably make it that much sturdier, but I'm going to try and stick with one roll, which this is a 30-yard roll of tape here for each gate. It's a little long on either side, no worries. Just fold it over. And there we go. So that to me gives us a good base for just laying down some more tape to give us that inside piece of our gates, which, you know, obviously this is going to increase the visibility also. So now I'm just going to take a piece of tape and go the length of this PVC pipe. That looks like it'll do. Kind of attach it to my pants right there. Rip it off. And hope that I can get this right. And I'm just going to attach it probably a couple of centimeters down from the beginning of the tape that's attached to the PVC pipe. So there's that. There's that. There's that. This might be a little too far now. Okay, so now I'm just going to lift it up, make sure that it's nice and stuck to our extensions here. Might be a little too far down also. It sounds like one of my hinges is done up there. Okay, and then I'm just going to flip it around. And yes, you guessed it. Do the exact same thing to this side. That part caught on it. Duct tape can be tricky stuff. There we go. So that's why I just recommend getting the length, ripping it off, and going from there. Just laying it all down on the opposite side of this tape. One. Swift go at it. There it is. So, what? That took a whole 4 minutes? I don't know. Not much. So what I've got is a little extra tape here. So I'm just going to fold it over. Make it look nice. Well, nicer than it looks. Like I said, these are practice gates. I don't care about the way they look. I care about functionality and being able to set them up quickly. Same thing on back on this side. Then I'm just gonna grab some scissors and cut these longer parts down to size. There we go. Right here. And the last one actually looks pretty good. So, here it is. The first part of my $5 FPV practice gate. And I don't even think I need to go much further because it is what it is. And if I go back over here, you can see, I mean, this is pretty functionable. I could take it out of my car, or I could take it out of my trailer, go load it up, set it up, stake it in, and when I'm done, pop them off, you know. Saves a lot of time. But that's it. That's as far as I'm going to go with this. Rinse, repeat, do it a couple more times, and you've got yourself some cheap practice gates. So, yeah, I hope this helps people because, you know, I'm just not the type of person who wants to spend that much money on stuff that ultimately is going to wear down and break. So, here's one of my hinges. Nice and complete here. I have to do a couple more of those. And yeah, so I just set it straight down. I flipped it around from the file that was printed up, or that was initially on Thingiverse. And this is how it comes off, ready to go. Pretty cool. Anyways, guys, hey, thanks for watching. I hope it helps you guys get out there and get some practice in and get ready for some nice weather eventually. You guys take it easy.